Good evening and welcome once again to Tinker Tailor Soldier Fry, the Let's Try program here on the mighty Loading Ready Run Video Entertainment Network. My name's Ian, and I'll be your navigator throughout tonight's proceedings. But joining me tonight, as not always, is Corey. We're going to work on the project together and in tandem because it's going to be fun. I hope. I don't know. Look, we don't do the things on this program beforehand. We do them first here. We try. Let's try. It's a let's try program. No guarantees of success, but only a guarantee of a good time. And pretty much an ironclad guarantee that in the Crystal Gondola, we're going to hear Paul on the zeros and ones. How's it going tonight, Paul?
I kind of want to just be quiet there because you'd already done an ironclad guarantee. But
Yes. Definitely a good chance to definitely throw me under the bus immediately. But everything we do here, by the way, you may already know. Everything we do here, there was a really weird sound that just occurred.
It's a can opening.
Is brought to you by you via our kind support over at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. A big thank you to everyone who chooses to help us out monetarily there. And of course, a huge thank you to everyone who's just watching along with us, either on the VOD at youtube.com/LRR streams.
Which is Loading
Ready
Ready Live.
Yes, that's the one. Wow, I'm having such the brain fart today. And of course, whether you're just hanging around in the chat watching, got us on a second screen, whatever, happy to have you with us as we do things. And the things that we will be doing tonight is...
Getting upstaged by a cube.
Yeah, our good friend, well, at least Flammable Cube returns to us today in our time of need. It's once again time for the Tamiya Cement, but we brought we brought Cube's thinner cousin, Tamiya Extra Thin Cement, because today we're going to be taking some flat sheets of... what is this? Styrene. I keep calling it PLA. This is styrene.
You do, yeah.
And we're going to be making it into some boxes. Scratch building some modeling stuff from scratch. Basically, what happened is I was, as usual, scrolling through my YouTubes and came upon a video that we can link in the chat or in the little doobly-doo if you're on YouTube, to EM Gunpla. Suggesting this sort of this project as a scratch building exercise, a way of expanding your skills, trying out new things, and getting better at scratch building. So I figure, let's give it a try. We're going to be building what amounts to a 4x4 centimeter box that will then be scribing, painting, decaling, and making it look really cool. But today we're going to start with building, and if we've got time, then maybe move on to some scribing there as well for the first time ever. The really good stuff is Tamiya Extra Thin Extra
There's
Thin
a thinner paint. Cement.
Thinner and quicker, apparently.
Thinner and quicker.
Yeah,
you brought thins, but you could have brought extra thins.
how, from a practical standpoint, there has to be a limit
to how thin.
and how quick.
Just falls right off your brush the minute you pull it out, and then somehow dries before it goes back into the bottle.
You just open the bottle and it's immediately turned to solid.
Yeah. But yeah, not technically glue. Remember, this is a cement, and that point will come up later on as we're using the word glue to glue things together, but actually cementing them together. It literally melts the plastic and kind of welds it together in its own molecular way. It's fun.
This is, I guess, this harkens back to a little bit of when you were working on the Stromatieron, doing the different decals and the different paintings and things on it, and talking about how you have to be a little bit careful about layering your different things that, when you don't want something to melt, making sure you don't use the wrong material on it.
Yeah, you gotta bring your stack correct. Again, much like many games. So I guess we should just get right into it here because there's nothing really more to say. There's no perfect end product that we're going to get out of this. It's all going to be what we put into it as we go on. So here, enjoy a sheet of polystyrene. I will take one of my own. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut 6 cubes out of it in the 4x4 shape. And what you're going to want for that is one of these like a miniature drywall T-square. It's got the little...
A T-square, the
edge.
shape of a larger T-square.
So, sorry, did you say you're going to cut 6 cubes out of a piece of flat?
Yes,
6
flat cubes.
Well, yes.
Imagine a cube projected onto 2 dimensions.
There will be a prismatic shape, simply 4 centimeters by 4 centimeters by 0.1 centimeter. That's it.
So we're going 4s?
Yeah.
The sides are 4s? And these are centimeters? That's inches.
Yeah, you want on your ruler, they should be
Oh,
centimeters.
there are centimeters on the small T-square, the
mini
shape of
T-square.
a larger T-square.
Yep, we're using 1 millimeter sheets today.
Now, could you do this with like doing it like a how that you like do a sort of a cut out like a cross and fold sort of? I'm thinking like making like a dice or something like. Right, or is it better to not have the edges folded? It's better to actually have them well cemented.
It is actually absolutely better to have the edges cemented because that's one of the steps we'll be getting to. Later on, we'll be chamfering our edges using sandpaper.
Chamfering?
Yeah, we are chamfering. So this turns out this is actually smaller than I thought it was going to be, but that's good.
The cube?
Yep.
I'm hankering for a chamfering.
You're chamfering at the bit?
Ew.
No one should ever chamfer at the
No,
bit.
chamfer bit.
All right. Well, I don't think we need to necessarily... Yeah, we don't need to run the long way. We'll just start by scoring, which is, I'm led to believe, the best way to cut styrene sheets is to just score several times with your knife. That's what we're going to do. I don't know how low we're supposed to go, but that's part of why we're calling this an exercise, and I guess why the original publisher called it an exercise, is that it gives you the chance to learn how to do this sort of project without risking, your expensive gunpla kits. Okay, so that's just lightly scored. I wonder if that's enough to give it a good snap here, and we'll find out immediately. Look at that.
Wow.
That's actually extremely clean.
So this is like, because, if you want to have terrain or sort of I guess it's like a diorama or extra piece to go onto your gunpla, you don't necessarily, the idea that you don't have to like go to the store to buy a cube or some other, relatively simple shapes.
Well, and it's also that you, if you want to make customizations to your model as well. I was looking at some of the other bookmarks I've had in there for scratch building, and one of them is for specifically putting together a hyper mega cannon, just out of plastic sheet and plastic rod, and
out of 2 hyper cannons.
But the idea is that you can build anything, and once you get it covered in primer and paint, it looks completely different than just this plastic sheet. And of course, once you start adding little scribed details to it, you get the same sort of thing. So you should have a knife there as well on your side, unless you want to use mine.
Should I dig it out of the box?
Yeah, that's why I brought it.
Oh.
I guess there's an overlap between situations where you want to do this in 3D printing or other kinds of custom built things.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, it's different skills, right?
I do want to see you scribe this and snap it.
The ability to model. And when I say model, I mean 3D model in Blender. Just once, and I think I can even get away with 2 here. 2 down. And then just...
Pop. Okay.
Yep, don't even need a 3rd run.
Neat. And this is actually like the same chemical material that the majority of your gunpla is made out of, right?
It is exactly the same material. And that's why that's literally the reason why we're using this material, is that it reacts well with this particular type of cement.
Right, so you can use all the same stuff on your...
Exactly. So I guess, for example, a backpack is one of the things I could potentially make for a gunpla out of this, but other things would include maybe a sword or a shield or a radome. The other...
A dome would be...
Yeah.
How do you make a dome out of a piece of flat? Do you like melt it?
No, actually. You take you'll use slightly thicker versions of this stuff, and then you cement to the back of it a piece of styrene rod, shove it in your drill, and you can then basically drill plus styrene rod plus sandpaper equals a kind of lathe for this sort of plastic. So you get that perfectly round shape, and then you can kind of dome it up as well.
Wow.
Yeah. Thermoforming is also an option as well for this sort of plastic.
Or as Arclight says, a geodesic dome if you want to be really fancy.
Yes. Very easy to do that.
I was like, talk to Buckminster Fuller.
The other thing is I've got myself a box in my office full of styrene pill bottles and other pieces of plastic. Like, remember way back when I was doing the, what do you call that? The pop and music controller. And we tore apart those two PlayStation controllers. Those are currently sitting in my parts box of plastic for when I eventually want to get around to scratch building something. You take, you start to look at things not as products in themselves, but just shapes that you can add more shapes to. Ooh. I'm already seeing in my mind taking those two controllers and using them as a base for sort of a four-legged hovercraft type vehicle.
Oh, neat. Yep. I mean, I've certainly seen a lot of like terrain and stuff made with various types of yogurt containers and different sort of plastic containers like that. It works really well.
Yeah, it really does, and I'm looking forward to this. Is kind of my first foray into this whole scratch building world.
I remember actually there was one of our kill team sessions early on. You brought some terrain that was actually using the spool.
Yes.
Actually used the filament spool, not the filament itself.
Yep.
As the basis of a sort of a tower, which was a really neat idea.
Tower elevator thing. Yeah, I love the idea of using other pieces of what would otherwise be trash as elements in a build. And of course, all that love I've got for Industrial Light and Magic and their model making.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, that was just one score. That one that you just heard go pop.
Yeah, there's some definite.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's.
I'm just gonna do these ones for fun.
I don't know if it's still called ASMR, but whatever you call the repeated loud popping, hopefully people are excited about watching that or listening to that.
My little house.
So this stuff. So yeah, I mean, like I was saying, the idea of sort of cutting leaving some of the sides attached. Obviously, it's clear that this stuff doesn't actually sort of bend and crease in the way that
it does bend.
Yeah,
it is a little bendy.
But and especially as someone was saying earlier about the thermoforming.
Right. So if you had a little bit of heat on it.
If we brought in Tinker Tailor Solder Fry Nemesis, the heat gun.
Hey, if you're trying to melt the thing, it might work quite well.
Well, I mean, there's that point in every good story where the hero has to go approach their rival,
right,
and ask for their help. You've betrayed us before, Heat Gun, but are you willing to lend your powers for good this time?
It's been so long, I don't know if I can do it anymore.
I do like your slight villain voice. Okay, so we've got our 6 pieces. You look like you've got more than 6
got
pieces.
9.
You've got
The
Well,
old
you have
nine-sided box.
well, good. We'll need some more of that later.
Yep.
In fact, I might be using some of your.
None of them are the same size.
That's
I-
mostly okay, believe it or not.
I believe it.
How come they didn't? Is that due to measuring
Just jostling.
issues?
Just some jostling happened.
Yep. I mean, even mine here are not not at all perfect. Let's get them into the super zoom area. Let's see. They're not quite perfect, but they don't need to be because we're going to be removing a lot of stuff from
And
there
then
as well.
melting them.
Right. Cool.
So let's. No reason not to get into it. So, making a cube means you need a number of pieces. I have notes here too on the steps that I was going to take and talk about. Okay, so the first step is we have to glue at least one 90-degree bend, right? Well, how are we going to do that? How are we going to make sure it stays up long enough for it to work, for it to cure?
All right, tape everything together first.
There are options. One of the options I wanted to show off, because I was able to look at it, because this is a cement and not a glue, it's not going to stick to things that it doesn't melt. It can't melt metal, it can't melt wood, it can't melt fingers, though it can get inside of your fingers and inside of the cells of your fingers and then inside of the DNA, and that's not good. You should avoid that too much, but
As long as you don't have any DNA, you're fine.
yeah. If you can just get rid of your DNA, then you're golden. But, and I see Discordant Token says, yeah, the bottle also has a good 90-degree to it that you can use if you want to push things together like that.
I like you're kind of making almost the exact right size for like a bottle cozy.
Almost. Yeah, I wonder
Gotta
if that's.
keep our fins dry.
I wonder if that's honestly one of the reasons why they chose this size. But one of the other things that the cement won't stick to is acrylic. So if you can find yourself an acrylic cube in your home, we have one that was the base of a picture holder.
Yeah, it's like a Christmas card holder. It's got a little dealie on it.
I was going to bring it, and it didn't make it into the box, but did test before dabbing a little bit of the cement onto it, and just stayed there until it evaporated. So, can't use that. But what we do have in town are these 1, 2, 3 blocks. And if my thinking is correct, we can get one of these up to an edge.
Oh, using the magnet to clamp it down.
Yeah,
The magnet gonna work on the other
I
side?
think it might. And then you just get them into position on these blocks where you like them. And in fact, this one's kind of just holding it there with the edge of the tip. So let's get those
You're
edges.
gonna glue it?
Yeah, I'm gonna give this a try as is. Once it's all, of
If
course.
I laid this out into a cube shape and then folded it all together, could I glue it from the outside corners?
Is that a may you or can you?
May I?
Maybe. The idea is it doesn't matter which side you're gluing it from.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be sanding them down.
But nothing's on the inside of the box, so it doesn't matter what's on the inside of the box, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. Nothing
right.
doesn't matter what's
I'm
in the
gonna
inside.
get some tape.
What's in the box?
I'm going to attempt to start getting this in. In fact, we don't even really need to do it all the way. It just needs to get enough such that it stays.
So it just has a little brush on the inside of the lid.
Yep, much like the other friend. Okay. I see some problems with this particular method, but we can still use the capillary action to suck some of that.
Suck.
stuff in. And like I said, I don't know how long it takes, so let's just give it a
Ooh, vapors.
minute count. Yeah. Oh yeah. Apparently the vapors on the thin cement are the good stuff.
It does taste good. Is this what leaded paint tastes like?
Oh, why did we ever stop using it? This is delicious.
That's all I've heard about it, is that it's
I mean,
delicious.
that's what I say about solder. If we can get the magnets out of these sort of cases, that would be more useful. But yeah, that's. I hope this works out for you.
Why wouldn't it?
Don't know. Okay, I'm going to hopes and prayers.
Ooh. Oh.
Okay, that's almost dry. Not quite. So let's leave it down there. And kind of paint up the inside.
Right, I guess once you have one corner, you're kind of okay for everything else.
Exactly. It's getting that one corner that's going to be, of course, the tough nut to crack. Oh yeah, I can see why you definitely would want this on a form.
I do
Well,
like, Corey, I like the idea of with the tape on the inside, then that sort of makes it bend easily.
Yeah, and it should allow me a little bit of give on the corners.
I'm going to give this to you so you can do
So I
your
can
painting if you
do my
like.
glue.
Yeah. We're going to do something else to actually improve the, what do you call it? The stability, internal stability of it all as well.
What?
How's that going for you?
Great.
Great. And of course, the other thing to keep into mind is that we're doing this as a presentation, so it's always awkward to do this sort of stuff towards camera rather than just on your own. Let's see here.
Yeah, it just has a little bit too much give.
To be able to work that way.
Yeah.
Now, maybe if you taped it to the block, that might be a better option.
Just put tape everywhere.
I might actually end up doing that myself. But I think this one, as long as this holds, this is going to be okay. So let's see.
Are you using the block again?
Not yet.
Okay.
First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually cut myself some supports. That seems thinner than I would expect. But I guess that is 1 centimeter. All right, let's do it again this way. Yeah, 1 centimeter is always thinner than I think it is. Okay, cutting out my support structures. Oh, we forgot something, and I think it's why I'm having all this trouble.
Is it too late for you already?
No, actually, I might just break this part apart here. And you know what? Yeah, we're gonna do that. Step one, we're gonna leave these to dry for a bit, because the first thing to do is to, and I completely forgot this, rough up your surfaces using 320 grit sandpaper.
Yeah. Yeah, get those surfaces. Rough them up.
Rough them up.
Show them who's boss.
Okay, and we'll just Tear like this, tear like that. How does yours feel, Corey?
It's getting there.
Okay. You'll get to rough yours up all at once.
Uh-oh. Gotta make sure it doesn't, like, disappear inside itself.
Yeah, the cementing does take a little bit of time. Not much, but a little, it seems. Okay. I can see now why they have holders for these sandpaper.
Isn't it the edge that you want to sand?
No, it's the whole surface.
Oh.
And part of that is because that gives more crannies for the cement to soak into as well. There we go. Oh, quick type or Mr. Cement SP will absolutely dissolve acrylic. Good to know. There we go. That one feels now like it's more like a piece of paper rather than a real. Yeah, I think the next time I get the 3D printer up and running, it's time to print some sandpaper holders, etc.
The 3D printer is not currently operational?
Well, it's a 3D printer, so yeah, of course it isn't. Got to re-level, got to recalibrate, got to reset up, and then you can attempt to print something and fail, and check a couple other things.
Now, you aren't sanding the edges. Like, I would have thought that the edges is where the plastic is contacting. Isn't that where it's? But I get is because like this because you snapped it. Those are already rough.
The snapping should be it'll be a little bit smoother and flatter of an edge too. But that one took a little bit. Oh, give it a little bit. There's no reason not to. See how it goes.
And I guess because it's sort of they're doing that melting attachment, you don't need to like. These aren't thick enough that you need to like bevel the connection.
No, that's something that's going to come later on.
Oh, okay.
Once we've actually assembled the cube, then the beveling will take place.
Cube.
There's an interesting trick behind that as well. Interesting. Okay, I'm down to my support pieces and my two pieces that I had.
Extra?
No, the two pieces that I attempted to glue to start.
Too much pressure while I wasn't paying attention.
No.
No, it's down in the corner now.
Ah, I also remembered one reason why you might not want to be doing that either.
Because it doesn't work?
Well, there's that too. But I thought it was worth trying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also we were going to want to put an edge in one of our boxes as well. So
Well,
that's
it's
why.
Too late.
Yeah, you'll just have to be a boxy box.
An edge?
And also, yeah, if you've glued it all together, you won't be able to get any support braces inside either.
Yep.
So yeah, those are the reasons why you shouldn't do the way
What
Corey's
Corey did.
doing.
On the other hand, if you want to make a box that doesn't have anything inside it, that's a way to. This is a way to do it.
Yep. Whew. Okay. And this isn't even the heavy sanding. We're going to be doing this for the project as well. Yeah, Nigoki is correct that you can always, and in fact, that's kind of what we're going to end up doing here, is oversize your object and then sand it down or build it up to size. But it doesn't need to be perfect off the bat.
Lost track of which edges I've glued already.
Actually, that's good. With all the models that you've built, have you tried making any sprue glue?
Not yet. I haven't had a chance to need sprue glue yet. And when I do, I've got a big ol'.
You've been keeping all your sprues, though?
Oh no! I generally only keep them up till until when the model's finalized. Generally,
okay.
because that's matching color plastics is generally the biggest issue you can have when you're not painting.
Right.
And one of those areas where you'd want the sprue glue. But yeah, I've got putties that I haven't started using yet for when I need to fill in gaps.
Or if you need to delay the Power Rangers for a little bit.
Yes.
Putties are always good for that.
Okay, that seems like that's nice and roughed up on all the pieces here. So now I'm going to cut out, a couple of support structures, and then hopefully we'll be able to continue on. I can wait on that. Honestly, I can wait on that. Let's do the glue first, let the pieces cure, and then alrighty. That looks
A
good.
little gappy.
Now, would like a little bit of the cement in there kind of melt that gap away?
Maybe. I might be able to just like push the edges because they're like flexy.
Right.
Okay, this feels like it's doing much better. Just a bit more. I'm just going to let that sit for a second while I cut and snap my support structure pieces.
So this is for like a brace inside?
Yep, on the inside. And we're literally just going to glue these standing up along the inside to prop up sort of the bottom edge and give it something that'll give it just a bit more support than nothing.
Nice.
Yeah, I think in theory it makes a lot of sense. We'll see how it goes in practice. How you doing?
Good. Just bending some of the
Bending something?
It's
coming
gaps.
together.
Yeah. I was hoping that laying it flat on the table would give it
help.
enough. Yeah. The imperfect square.
All right. Do you want to get prepared for beveling?
Let me make sure that like it won't just collapse under the force of bevels.
Have to sand very lightly. Yeah, this is the first time I've been doing the scratch building. Don't know how long to leave this, honestly.
Is there a thing on the, like, does the cement say how long it takes to cure?
First aid.
First
Use
aid.
in well-ventilated area. Tighten cap securely after each use. Wash up with water.
Really?
Those are the directions.
Water. Right, okay, yeah, I guess that would make... I'm too used to CA glue, where water will just immediately cause it to cure.
Washy, washy.
Yeah, this is gonna get, I guess, where I wished I'd brought the thicker cement too. That could sit in there. But
If only we were
Right.
not using the thin kind.
generally good to leave it for 24 hours. So, yeah, but we do not have that kind of time. I'm glad you. I'm glad you're aware. Oh wow, yeah, that's.
Oh, that corner?
It's just about there, but it's
Looks
still
nice.
it's still lifting a bit, which is not ideal. So I'm just gonna paint it again.
Now, Corey, you can like get into a some sort of game of craps and be like, okay, but I'm gonna use my dice.
My dice. Why do your dice got holes in it?
Also, it doesn't have any spots. That's
You
okay.
should draw them on yourself.
I remember where the spots were.
He keeps going back to the well. It'll never cure if I'm if I keep doing that.
If you keep picking at it, it'll never cure.
Yeah. That's exactly the problem. But if I turn it over, lay it down flat like a Polaroid picture.
Ah, yes. That famous line.
Lay it flat.
Lie flat like a Polaroid picture.
Yep.
Come on, baby. Just lie there and don't do anything. Like a Polaroid picture.
Okay, let's add some to here.
That would have been kind of a great marketing opportunity for the Polaroid company. Because they did have to come out and say, please do not shake Polaroid
Yeah.
pictures like a Polaroid picture.
They don't do like that.
Actually get Outcast to record a thing.
An apology.
Just like an alternate version. Just for that one little bit for an ad.
Okay, there we go. I think getting these in place, these supports, is absolutely going to help things go along in terms of
Keeping things square.
keeping things square and letting it cure in a way that's going to be useful to society.
Okay, I heard we were putting a box together. What's this useful to society nonsense?
First step, box. And then
The world.
the world.
Oh.
To be fair, there might be a couple more steps between there, but that's
Just a couple.
that's the progression.
Okay. And one more just down the middle there. Yeah, being able to glue the inside as well as the outside is definitely helping here.
On the other hand, Corey's box is like finished.
Nearly done. Okay, I'm just going to leave this here to display while I move on to the next stage,
Whoa!
Box phase 2.
Yeah.
which is where I'm going to get my edges in.
Oh, so are you gonna like make 3 of those?
So no, next step is going to be to notch the corner of these boxes so that when it comes together, it's a box with one notched edge.
Oh.
Sort of like aircraft cargo for the insides,
Oh, cool.
but in backwards. So we'll do that by measuring. I mean, you got enough to do a second cube. Yeah, to start a second cube actually, if you wanted to.
I could make a box with a low edge too. All right.
But we're going to do that by
I want a
marking
second
out.
cube. All right.
Yeah. 1 by 1.
Or a rectangle.
Is this? Yes. 1 centimeter notch. Glue 90 degree on side. Add stabilizers. Is what I've written to myself. Okay, and then do the same thing on one of these.
Let's see if 1 score mark works.
The other thing about sanding is it makes marking things with the pencil a lot easier. Woo!
Ooh.
Get a little bit of a bendy edge.
Oh yeah.
It ain't perfect.
Full bendy. Okay, and then we're just going to go across over the corner.
Okay, I was gonna say the scoring and breaking thing won't work too well if you're just trying to cut out that little square out of the corner.
Yeah.
But of course, yeah, if you're going straight across, and that works
Well, the video guy, EM Gunpla, suggests using an Olfa sort of a cleaver type system, which we don't have, so we're just going to use what we've got, which are these, or we could use nippers, but I think
Personality.
scoring is going to work fine for us here. Good Lord, I hadn't thought about the Cheese Whiz jingle for...
We gotta use what we got.
Was that one of their... Wait, was that their slogan? We'll use what we got? Cheese Whiz?
Oh, I don't think so.
Everyone's got Cheese Whiz. It comes with the apartment when you move into it.
That is true.
Did your apartment come with Cheese Whiz?
Not, but I've never seen anyone use Cheese Whiz, so I just assume it comes in the...
You've used Cheese Whiz.
Have I used Cheese Whiz?
Yeah,
would
for like a macaroni and cheese recipe.
I would never.
I was about to say,
Okay, I'll
my-
just use Velveeta over and over again. Velveeta's fine.
That's different. Ooh, hey, that's a nice looking pattern going on right there.
Ooh,
Peak Design.
you're an architect now.
This stream is not sponsored by Peak Design, but hey,
Pizza design.
call us. Okay. Measure and cut from top notch. Right, that's what that's about.
Top notch.
Top notch.
Can I have the magnets?
Yes, you may. You may magnet.
I can magnet.
You can magnet day by day. As long as I get to keep one of this
Yeah.
one here. Okay. This feels like it's almost structural. I'm not going to test it because I don't want to break it apart immediately. But now's the time when we're going to attach these two side pieces like that.
So those little short walls are just easier to make sure they stay upright. 'Cause
Exactly.
They're so, yeah.
And then we're going to do another set here going that way to attach there.
Ah,
So
interesting.
that it braces these side walls as well. So how much do I want out of that? Probably, oh God, it's got to be less than half of this. Or, no, I don't want to do a full width one. Well, yeah, no, we've got the top, so we can do a full width one. Let's do a full width one.
Width.
Now let's put it in first, because that'll make things easier to glue together, in my mind.
Oh, right, I have to rough this up. Eh. Yeah. Yeah. Why are the magnets like that? They're hard drive magnets.
Yeah, we haven't separated them from their metal yet, but there was a Tinker Tailor a number of years back where I just took apart a bunch of hard drives, because we had a bunch of hard drives lying around.
They're actually they've actually been quite handy to just sort of have
Yeah.
quite strong magnets just kind of hanging around in the office, available for use for various
Just
things.
for anything you want.
You know,
Need to stick something to a door frame?
erase a different hard drive. They do not work that way.
There. Yeah, they're self-perpetuating. Just take old. If you need a new magnet, just take old magnet over to hard drive. Leave it there for a little bit.
It'll be fine.
It is actually. We showed them off a little bit, I think, in the behind-the-scenes stuff. But we got a set of these little LED lights that are super handy for when we were shooting Friday nights. They're super handy because they're just little battery-powered LED lights that can do different colors and
Hold
they
on,
can
Corey.
control.
What?
I'm gonna get you some better magnets.
Thank you.
And they are magnetically mounted, or they have mounts for magnetic attachment, and which is very handy. And I believe that's what Ian is currently getting. But the other fun thing is when you're figuring out how to mount a particular thing, you learn what things. It's like, oh hey, that all the door frames are magnetic, or the
Or
window
none
things,
of the windowsills.
or a bunch of the stuff that we thought would be magnetic is actually aluminum and it's not magnetic.
Yep. Okay. Gotta sort my bits into what's trash and what's actually part of the exercise. Okay. I need to get this down just a bit. Good thing that styrene sands super easily.
Yeah. I have a bunch of those little, I don't know, I forget what they're called. Those little, mini neodymium magnets
Oh yeah.
that you just they're kind of they're almost designed as like a fidget toy as opposed to something that's actually useful. But I find that I use them all the time for, not only for just mounting stuff on the fridge and doing that kind of thing, but also my favorite thing to do with them is to use as a stud finder.
Yep. I have done that.
You just kind of throw them you can always throw them at the wall, but if you just sort of hold them up at the wall, move your hand around until it sticks to the head of the screw,
Yeah, if you've got any half idea of where your stud would be, it's
and then
so
you
much
can just
easier.
go, and then you can just make a line of them down the wall.
Next time, Corey, I'm buying you your own bottle of cement.
Ooh. Which anniversary is that?
Well, I would guess the first, just to make sure they stick around.
Paper?
Okay. Heck yeah. This is actually coming together.
Look at that.
Don't sound so surprised.
You got to keep the energy up, Paul. Okay. And I keep forgetting that I can actually touch my thumb to the glue brush a bit.
Right, unlike crazy glue or
Yeah,
something.
which would just utterly ruin everything. Yeah, this is... This is more delicate than I expected it to be, the material itself,
Right?
but it's holding together well when cemented fairly well, and it looks great. Okay, so I'm going to actually go ahead then and shove the first support in there as well, because that can that will only help the rigidity. Definitely going to have to do the mod to this this brush tip though to get more brush out.
Get more brush out of your brush.
Things that I didn't realize about these Tamiya bottles is that you can adjust the length of the brush by simply just popping it out and going to town.
Go to town with Tamiya.
Tamiya Towns. Yep, that's gonna stick nice and good.
And good.
All right, look at that, chat.
Looks like a little house or
It
something.
does kind of look like a. This looks like I'm building an Apple store in miniature.
I mean, I would assume that
Next
this
to
is.
the old mom and pop cube.
I assume this is similar to techniques that you would use if you were an architect making a model or something.
Quite probably.
Probably.
Any architects in the chat? Let us know.
Yep, architects in chat.
Put your lead holders up. Hi. Right. Yes, thank you. That's what I was
Just
looking for.
put it over here and then look for it.
See, I think I can safely go ahead and glue this up as well. And then we can evaluate where we're at. And then maybe, just maybe, think about having a little break. But maybe, if you're
Only
good.
maybe.
If you're good, we'll leave.
Question for any other model makers in the chat: Do you tend to use the brush that comes with the cement, or do you use a separate brush, cleanable with water? Okay, that feels like that's enough. There. Seal the cap as per instructions, and
Boop. So you don't need the reinforcing on the other sides?
well, we do, but we're just going to add it in after the fact.
Oh.
See, what we've done here is we've got this reinforcer here, which is against the base of it, and glued also against the other horizontal reinforcement, which is going to the back.
I
So
see.
it's kind of like a little T situation. Badger hairbrush or riot.
I mean, I guess that probably wouldn't react with the glue,
No,
with the cement.
definitely wouldn't. Natural fiber.
So, yeah, if you're ever trying to catch a badger, this is not the correct thing to use.
Okay, and now we're going to add that last little piece of bracer. And this time I'm not going to forget to paint the side of the currently existing brace first. And then I'm going to paint this side of the brace and the bottom side. So it'll be towards me and bottom.
Bottom.
Gonna use some tweezers for this, because this one's it's getting kind of crowded in there. Sorry, chat. This is me time. Oh, and it just goes in. Like nothing. Boom. Yeah, as soon as Corey's... Oh, hey, I do have a... Do I want to use one of my little, what I considered the Princeton... No, that's going to be too much. That'll be too much cement. But I do have a couple brushes in there that I use for decaling specifically. They're no longer good for slinging paint. How's the magnet situation working for you now that we've got good
They're
magnets? Yeah, I bet they are.
And
No,
now-
sorry, that's not a take on me. Yeah, I bet they are.
I bet they are.
And now you're using the little reinforcing there as well. right?
Yes.
Yep. Let's. Okay. Well, hot dang. It feels relatively sturdy. There's, I mean, you will see the gaps and marks in this immediately the minute you you prime it. And we're not getting to that stage today because I'm still not comfortable airbrushing here in Studio C, but we'll get to the point eventually where we actually coat these things with a little bit of primer, find out where all the flaws are, and then add in
Our own flaws.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing I forgot to buy was thick CA glue. But
Yeah, that definitely looks like a like a little pod with like two sets of like seats facing each other.
these are where the TSA agents are.
Or maybe even just like a little like gallery or something,
Yeah.
and there's like the two.
Yeah, this is the way into the museum type thing. Oh, I see a lack of adhesion. We can't have that. Not on this channel.
Only adhesion.
Adhesion only. Okay. Hey, you got it off? No!
It's glued to the metal.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it'll work. You just you just have to be very careful about how you remove it from the magnet, because it will take some of the if it melts into something that's on the top of the magnet or on top of the thing.
I believe.
Break time?
Yeah, we're gonna take a short break. Y'all can get up, swap your fluids, stretch your legs. We're gonna do the same, and when we come back, we'll be continuing on with the scratch building exercise. Don't go all the way away. Welcome back to Tinker Tailor Solder Fry here on the mighty Loading Ready Run Video Entertainment Network. We've got a Corey.
Ah!
It's your boy Ian. And Paul is in the Crystal Gondola, and we are making scratch build things. Shapes.
Decisions.
It's a box with a notch on it.
Or a box with gaps in it.
How is that one coming together? Well, it's still got the tape
Still
inside.
got tape inside.
The tape is part of the box.
Yeah, I'm really liking your use of those magnets. I think we're gonna have to buy some 1, 2, 3 blocks and some good magnets of our own for this sort of thing.
Alex made
I-
those blocks, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't know if he. Well, maybe he did.
I scribed 1 centimeter lines in there, and then I'm kind of holding this thing level with that so that,
To try and.
yeah.
I see. Yeah, that's actually a smart idea.
No!
Yeah, spin that around and.
I will, once I finish jamming
Yeah,
my
yeah.
fingers. There we go.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with the magnets.
Those are really good magnets. So.
They will eat your fingers.
Mm-hmm.
My fingers.
So we got to finish up. Well, you got to finish up that. I've got to finish up my box here. There's a couple more stages that have to be done.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to do them so I can see what they are.
Ah, okay. So we got to get our front piece out here, and then our top piece as well. And both of these are going to need to be measured.
And then so you've got like the top piece and the front piece, and then like a little
You'll have to do it.
a narrow piece to sort of do the little
Yeah, exactly.
neat.
To finish it up. I'm going to do a bit of preparatory sanding though, just to make the top edges a bit more flush with each other.
Bit more flush.
So let's just do that.
That's a good idea.
It is one of those, like, I don't know, very sort of video game things where they have like, yeah, that in the future, all boxes have like one edge cut off.
Yeah. Well, I justify it based on the idea of that. Okay, maybe you are literally loading these into a into an aircraft for later use, but
I guess the edge makes it so you can like get a thing underneath it.
Yeah.
now here's something I don't. Oh, now yeah.
What?
So I was worried for a second. Let's get it close up here. You can see that there's just a bit of edge that's just proud there from the
Right.
from that side. I mean, it's much more evident there, but you turn it around and there is nothing on this side. No proudness. My first thought was, okay, do I try to line it up this way so that it's sitting on top of the edge? But no, I think when you look at it in this profile here,
You want it to kind of match the other side, right?
Yeah,
The
it's-
opposing face.
it makes more sense for it to sand down this corner because this corner is basically as flush as it needs to be with the side. So again, just some more preparatory sanding with the bias on that proud edge. Again, there are tools to hold sandpaper, which probably make this process easier, and I haven't bought them because I thought, why would anyone need one?
I don't need tools.
Yep.
Oh. Thank you, Naguki in the chat. Link to the Wikipedia article on
Unit loading devices.
unit learning devices.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking of.
It didn't occur to me that the reason why they have the cutoffs is to make it form better into a tubular shaped
Yeah.
vehicle. Because again, I'm thinking in video game terms, they're always just like the boxes that are in the warehouse
Yeah.
are just randomly have that corner cut off because it looks better.
It's not just because it looks cool.
It's just because it looks cool.
It's because we need to load more boxes into this tube. Doesn't seem like it's necessarily flat, but there we go. That feels flat. I can also see why the gentleman in the video was using a makeup brush to brush off these things every time he. I thought I'll just use my fingers when I'm doing it. No, a brush would make this so much cleaner.
So when you did the internal supports, why is this gap here?
I guess because I didn't want to have to measure exactly the internal width. Because if it was wider, then you're going to get bulge on the side of your things, or things won't.
Bulgy.
Yeah, but I think what you're doing there is going to be, well, who knows?
Who
You do you.
knows? I am doing me.
This is an exercise. And
You do you. How could you ever do anything other than you?
let me tell you, not easily. Oh no, this one fits inside almost perfectly. So I guess that's the way we're going to have to glue this one in. Yeah. But it does mean also that marking the edges is going to be super easy. Where the cut needs to be. And then thankfully, because we have a T-square, we can make sure that that line is at least 90 degrees to something.
It's important in life and also for a box.
For a box.
Yes, be to thine own self true. Doesn't matter if you're 90 degrees to the world, as long as you're 90 degrees to yourself.
Oh, what?
Just gotta take a millimeter off ish.
Well, how is the best way to do this? Yeah, I did not expect this level of effect from 320 grit sandpaper. Usually that's just, the finisher,
Right.
but it's in this aspect, it's doing work.
I remember watching or reading an article or something that was talking about how the invention of commonly available mass-produced sandpaper was actually quite a large leap in terms of manufacturing capabilities. That before, you'll be using sort of like shark skin or like different sort of
Oh, wow.
natural materials.
That mimic the behavior. Not adhesives.
But
Abrasives.
but that various abrasives, but that sanding was actually quite a difficult thing to get right and to get sort of consistent.
I haven't thought about that.
But the creation of mass-produced paper with a very consistent roughness to it, and the technology for gluing the
sand
the particles of and getting the specific sizes and all that kind of stuff.
Just going to use that to produce some weight for a second while we wait for that to cure, because that's a good smooth application.
I like that those blocks, they're 1, 2, 3 blocks, and they have all those really, they've got, or also called like Swiss cheese blocks sometimes.
Okay, I've never heard that term,
But because of the holes.
right, yeah.
And all the holes are like super handy for all sorts of interesting machining purposes. But I think the entire time we've used them, they could have been just solid blocks of aluminum. Like, we've never put anything through the holes.
Yeah.
It's just handy to have a heavy block of aluminum that is sort of perfectly square in all the dimensions.
And that's my understanding, is that's kind of just what they're for, more than being able to be screwed together. It's just that having something that can hold something in place.
Yeah, I think it's like clamping and different things. But yeah.
But also, I don't believe these are aluminum.
No, I guess they would be steel. Yeah,
They are.
That's,
They
that'd
seem
be
to
why
be-
that's why they're magnetic.
Yeah, and corroding. Okay.
My only wish is that maybe some of the holes were tapped like quarter 20 screw holes. That would be handy. But
Perhaps.
You want the quarter 20 cheese block.
Well, I think perhaps what you need to do then is just commission Alex to do another round of them.
I
But
guess
this
so,
time
yeah.
with our preferred thread. Yeah, Sleep Country Canada and Loading Ready Run. Two groups incredibly concerned about thread count.
I feel like we're not that
Maybe not as much as Sleep Country.
we really only care about thread count in the context of having to actually attach things together. I wouldn't say it's like something that we do active research into.
So, not a requirement. Okay, have I goozled myself, or have I? Nope. I'm just doing a lot of exterior mounting. Everything wants to go inside this block, and you know what? I'm okay with that. So let's do our measurements again.
Tinker Tailor Solder Fry theme song. Have I goozled myself or not?
Let's find out together.
Bids in chat.
Okay, this looks good. Sure. Ah! No!
You were meant to be the chosen one.
Oh no.
It's Rocky.
Balboa?
Yes, that one. Need more body.
Something didn't quite connect.
Yeah.
This has been an extremely interesting exercise so far.
Math.
What's interesting is that like a lot of the sort of techniques and measuring and issues that you are encountering with making sure everything's square and matching up the sides and sizes and stuff apply very similarly if you're building like a wooden a larger wooden box or something.
Indeed.
Obviously the tolerances are different and stuff, but it's sort of an interesting process to go through.
Yeah, and as we get further into this little project, we will find that the tolerance is actually like getting things perfect at this stage, at the gluing stage, doesn't really matter all that much. Like you do want to be pretty close to perfect, but you don't need to be full-on perfect because we're going to be doing a lot more sanding and filling. But the more that you can get things lined up before that, the better.
Hollow the Wise Wolf asks about sublight drive crafts.
Sublight drive crafts.
It says it makes plastic-hard spaceships.
Oh. Plastic on spaceships?
Plastic-hard spaceships.
Oh, plastic-hard spaceships. Interesting. So yeah, something a lot like this then.
Yeah, yeah.
Unfamiliar with them, but sounds interesting.
There are so many incredibly interesting, talented crafters and makers and machinists on YouTube.
And that's just the ones who take the time to produce YouTube videos worthy enough of bubbling up into the algorithm.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
I think for every maker you see on YouTube, probably multiply that by about 30, I would say, of just the people doing things themselves in their own home and not bothering making it into content. Not that I'm complaining.
Who would do such a thing?
I don't understand.
Yeah.
What do you mean not make it into content?
You're doing a thing, but you're not making a video out of it.
But then it's just wasted time.
Yeah.
But the
Internal self-satisfaction.
how strange.
Well, that's not how I would do it. Okay, we have to make a panel for this cover, and that's not big enough. And I knew it was not going to be big enough, which is why I saved this one piece for last. Yeah, so this piece, offcuts, too small. It will get lost inside. There's a big old gap. We don't want that. So we need to measure out the distance, and then...
This piece is too small, but this piece is too big.
Now we're getting into puppetry.
Yep.
That old, the Goldilocks story where she goes, "This bed is too big. I'll just cut it down to the size I need."
The one that I want. Actually, what I think I'm going to do is also sand the edges here a bit once it's... I mean, that feels like it's pretty well cured. So let's give it a...
Little scrapey.
Yep. Oh, I bet that sounds fantastic.
That... Yeah, is there a word for whatever the opposite of ASMR is?
Pink noise, I believe.
ASM aren't?
I mean, I'm sure woodworking ASMR is certainly a thing.
Oh, yeah,
ASMR
absolutely.
not.
So that's what I was going for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ASMate.
Okay, that actually did a pretty good job of smoothing down the sides there.
I'm just imagining somebody with one of those microphones that's, you know, the two ears. The fancy ASMR microphones, and then just has a lathe.
Oh no. So this does want to be inside.
Wants to go inside.
Yeah.
Oh, just because
Do you
it's
have
not
an extra cube?
it's not quite long enough.
An extra cube,
Or an extra...
like one of these.
You need both of those. Maybe
Oh,
one
I
of
need-
these.
oh,
Yeah,
need
one of
the
those
one
two
with
pieces.
shorties.
Yeah, one of your shorties. One of your offcuts. Just want to see if I've got it any wider than this. And the answer is...
Oh, that kind of inside.
Yes, good. We do have one piece that I can use.
It's wide enough.
Yeah, that can cover over, well, almost.
So this is an interesting aspect. Like, when you made these pieces, would it have made more sense to make sort of two of them,
A little wider?
or make like two of them smaller, and then the rest of them, you know, 2 millimeters
It
bigger?
probably would have, to be honest.
That's an interesting, yeah. Again, if you were, say, making this out of wood, where the wood is like, you know, half an inch thick, these kind of, you do have to actually sort of, you know, keep that in mind.
Yeah, the kerf I believe is the term. But we can work with this. We have rulers. It's not like it's going to be a mystery seeing how wide it needs to be, and the answer is
Ugh.
the answer of how wide it needs to be is exactly 4.2 centimeters. Yeah, just on the
Right.
outside of 4.2.
Right, because it's 4 centimeters, and then it's about a millimeter thick.
Yeah.
So,
And then what's the size we need here? Let's write that down. 4.2 by, and to properly cover that, is going to be 1.6 centimeters. Okay, 4.2 by 1.6. Let's do the 1.6 first. Mark that out. Stay inside the line. Score that out. Tight tolerances, but again, sanding makes everything better. And then again. And so far, 2 scores to me seems to be the optimal for popping out 1 millimeter thick plate. That's good and clean. And then we need 4.2 on this. Which again, stay inside the line. Good thing we've got lots of extra material available should we need it. But I don't think we will. And one more down there. 2 scores, 1 snap, and let's do our quick surfacing. Just rough up the edges a bit here too, just in case. That is a lot of styrene dust here. Okay, does this look... How does this look? Well, that looks to me to be pretty much exactly the size that we need it to be. What you're seeing on camera, that's not a gap, that's just shadow.
Very nice.
Yeah. And that'll sand down good and fine. So let's make sure we get a nice flat surface all around. This side could use a bit more shaping. Side looks good. Okay. Cementos. One of my favorite teachers from Boku no Hero Academia. Gene guy.
It's the best genist they have.
Yeah. Be liberal with the extra
Being
cement.
very liberal.
And line it up. Provide pressure. Continue to line it up. Continue to provide pressure. Ugh.
Yeah.
Sounds.
Oh, would it make a noise?
Nope. Dang it. Quick, before it cures completely. Okay, good. Let's... Just want to make sure that all the holes are covered mostly. Cool. Cover up the top too. Just give it a little coat, both sides. This one corner. And then give it some pressure, but not too much pressure. And I think let's just leave this for a couple minutes then while we admire our box.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with how this is coming together. You can see again that the edges on the top there are just a bit proud of the top and bottom, but again, those are things that we're absolutely going to be able to sand away. And also, we're planning to do the beveling on this, so...
Remember,
The beveling.
if any part of your box is too proud, you can always grind it down.
But level sanding is absolutely going to be the issue here. Oh, that's a small.
Thank you. Excellent.
Use all parts of the plow.
Claw.
And yeah, when you get a good contact and give it even just a few seconds to firm up, that it gets actually stronger than it seems. Honestly, this looks better on camera, or in terms of its rigidity.
The camera hides a lot of sin.
Yeah, it does. In fact, there's a couple, you can kind of see it here, which is one of the, there we are. One of the things we'll be doing later on during the scribing process is running some thin cement across things that we've cut in order to kind of like a physical anti-aliasing solution. So if you look in here, notice this edge here and there, it looks a little shinier. That's where the cement has leaked out a bit more, or maybe I've touched it with my finger, and it's actually shined up the surface that was roughed up by the sandpaper.
Oh, okay. So that's not like, because that's not actually the glue itself, because the glue has evaporated at this point.
Exactly. That is completely non-tacky, and it's just smooth plastic.
Might be
like
a little
that.
tacky.
This. But yeah. So, I guess the thing for me to do now is start smoothing down these top edges here so that they're even with the edge next to them. And I'll just do that on a flat surface. And don't be afraid to let other parts of the box touch the sandpaper, because we're looking to get a smooth, uniform surface in the end. Okay, so it's better. Got to rotate this in my mind. But we still have just a bit of a ridge there, so it needs a bit more sanding before it's what I would consider good on that side. I'm beginning to wonder if my sandpaper is getting too loaded, but
like a hot potato. Fully loaded.
Just a jacket potato. So that's starting to get closer. Let's do it just a bit more. Remember to leave your fingerprint in the plastic at least once. All right, getting very close there now on top. But running my fingernail across, you can just feel it catching a bit. We're almost to the point where I'd consider actually building up something there instead of sanding it down, but let's just see if we can finish the sandos. So close.
It's nice that even though it's like an angled piece, the sanding can be done on the straight faces.
Yes, right? Okay, that's, I think, where I don't know if I should stop there or not. It's almost there. But it feels like the top bit of this, I've concaved it in a bit.
Yeah, you have to be very careful you're not going too far, yeah.
Yeah, so I might want to just leave it there for this particular bit of sanding on that, and then think about building it up in a bit. We still need to do the beveling, and that'll come into play in a second. You know what? No, this is an experiment. Let's continue on. I am going to get a new piece of sandpaper though, because that one is just full of dust at this point. And if you're doing this for an extended period of time, chat, I highly recommend wearing some sort of protection, like a mask or a mask.
These?
Yeah, we've got this. So close. So close to smooth top satisfaction. Oh yes, or wet sand. Wet sanding also valid. and highly recommended.
I thought we had to dry our thins.
Okay, I am now making the executive decision that that's just going to have to get filled later on. It seems like we're very close to some lines here. Use the old wet finger trick. But definitely more box-like, and God, it looks good on camera.
The old wet finger.
All right, let's do the same with the bottom side. Let's turn that around. Long, even strokes. Starting to come together quite nicely. A few more. Getting closer.
Too close. Going too close to the sun. It can't be perfect. To do so would just spit in the face of God.
Oh, I have plenty of errors hidden inside. Okay. Whew. Yeah, definitely need a brush for this next time.
You got that toothbrush there.
That's a good point, yeah. That's why I brought these.
It wasn't just in case you had like bad
Yep.
breath in the middle of the
yeah.
show.
Oh yeah.
Sanding is the... Sanding in model building, much like carpentry, is 90% of the hobby. Would changing to a less aggressive sanding grit for the final adjustments be better? We're not even close to final adjustments yet here.
I'm just worried you're gonna sand a hole in the thing.
Yeah, that's my worry too, but
Ooh, I feel like I can see
in fact, we did.
a bit of a bow in it.
Yep. There's a bow and a little bit of a hole there too, but that's okay. That's the sort of thing we can fill with some putty later.
When you see sky through it, stop sanding.
Yeah. So this is one of those cases where building up's probably better than sanding down, and you know we'll have to go in both directions too, because there's going to be holes and gaps and edges on all these sides. But we can at least work on the edge here, get that one down just a bit. Oh, hell.
Emergency, emergency.
Yeah, I've now touched I pushed too much in one side, and so now let's just add a bit more glue there and hope we can get it to stick together again. So then I think we should move on to the edge beveling, because that can happen before we do the end gap filling. All right. So, I mean, we're going to need more sandpaper. God, that really does build up pretty quickly, doesn't it? How is your cube coming along?
Cube's fine. Just trying to brace it for the last gluing.
Last gluing.
The last gluing is
It's where you do your gluing with the your head blown off, one arm, and just shooting directly towards the sky. Mm-hmm. Yep. People don't make a lot of
last shooting.
well parallels between Hamilton and Mobile Suit Gundam from 1979. They really should.
If anyone out there wants to, there's references available to make.
It's because most people are cowards.
Oh.
Right? Gotta be very careful with how I hold this thing. Okay, that side seems pretty good. Anything might get covered over in primer. Yeah, I think this top bit I end up bowing just because of pushing down on it so hard, but we'll find out. Okay, last thing to do is for the beveling, we're going to cover the corners in black Sharpie, or in this case, Staples Duramark. Other markers are available. And what that's going to do is allow us to see, while we're sanding down the edges to that beveled corner, how wide the bevel is becoming, so that we know that, so that we get a nice even, an even beveling around all the edges.
Gotta bevel all the edges.
Oh yeah. Otherwise it looks weird.
I mean, the sort of notch that's taken out of the corner is just the big bevel, really.
It is literally
In
a
a
big
way,
bevel.
yep. Big bevel, big bevel, big bevel. Oh yeah.
You know, it's fun sometimes when Ulmer and I are the only improv people around,
Oh
because
no.
then we get to make the jokes.
Do you do that?
Yes.
Oh no.
We did that as a joke warm-up at MagicCon.
Yay. But secretly you actually warmed up anyway.
We were already pretty warm.
I mean, it is Vegas.
Exactly.
Heyo. This will also let you start to see areas where you need to add more. More.
More?
More goo, more filler. Every surface needs to be painted.
Goo. Corey, is that drink called Dinosaur Power Hollow the Wildest Wolf? No, this is Dino Sour Power Watermelon Smash.
So, Dinosaur Power Watermelon Smash.
Well, Dino Sour is Philip's fruity sours.
So this is from the Dinosaur
This
label,
is from, yeah,
Power Watermelon Smash.
and it does taste like watermelon candies.
Quite a bit. It's a little dangerous, in fact.
It's 7%.
Oh boy.
7% watermelon?
Oh yeah. I mean, sometimes they have like amusing text on these. Watermelon Smash Dinosaur Power packs a delightfully tart bite, soured with our house-cultured lactose strain. Fruit juices added pre- and post-fermentaceous period, balancing the tart tang with the juicy fruit sweetness.
Fermentaceous period?
Yeah.
Yep, there we go.
It has milk in it?
Lacto, for the sugar.
Oh.
Generally, you'll add a lactose to a beer in order to sweeten it up. If you want a sweeter beer, because it doesn't get, processed by the yeast.
Interesting.
But that is a yeast made for drinking milk.
Yeast is lactose intolerant. Wait, no. You want the yeast to be farting.
It's kind of a lactose acceptance.
Yeah, you can add maltose to beer. You've done that before.
I've added lactose.
You've added lactose, not maltose?
Yeah, never maltose.
Oh, never maltose. Okay.
Ooh, I missed a side.
Your cube is now like a vector cube.
Yeah. I do kind of like the way it looks at this stage. It looks even cooler once you sanded all of the edges off as well on top of this.
Ooh.
It's like a Tron cube.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you an example in just a second here when we, once it's dried off. I want to give that, I don't want any more marker stuff rubbing off on my hands. Man, now you can tell where it is. Or what orientation it is. And the holes aren't as evident. Okay, I think it's time
Duel.
to do it. Here we go. Oh.
How much beveling are you looking for?
Well, I'm going to start with a couple millimeters, and then we'll go from there.
Wait. I mean, your max beveling is
You're right. My max beveling is 1 meter. Millimeter.
is 1 millimeter, right? Otherwise, it's going to be a hole.
Yeah. But here we go. I think that's actually enough, and you can see.
Oh, yeah, I see. So that's what the black...
Yeah, the black is there so you know how even your bevel job is along there. If it's wider on one side than it is on the other, then you need to give it more to one side. A little bit more necessary when you're using a hand sander.
Yeah, that's smart.
But yeah, I'm really happy with how that turned out. Now, can I do it on every other corner without hosing it up?
Right, because you're trying to hold it at sort of 90, or not 90, 45 degrees
Yeah.
to the thing.
Okay, a little bit more. Oh, there's a corner for you.
Very nice.
This is what I was mentioning too, where you get that nice double line effect.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This one sits. Five, 6, 7, 8. Seems to be like 16 strokes is the sweet spot, it looks like. Maybe another couple more on that one. Yeah, that looks a little better. Okay. And that's just going to cause it to look a little bit more, once you get all the holes filled in and everything flat on the top and bottom, it'll end up looking more like it isn't just built out of pieces of plate. I mean, everyone loves a good beveling, right? Or chamfering, sorry.
Oh. So you just go kind of the width of the whole chisel tip?
Yeah, I mean, it really doesn't matter as long as it's more than what you're trying to bevel away.
Oops.
And don't worry about making a mistake in this stage because everything's going to get covered in paint.
I made a mistake.
Oh, no.
At this stage.
In this economy?
right?
I'm amazed at how even it makes it.
Bless you.
Thank you. Okay, now to find the sides that I didn't do yet. Oh man, even the corners look sharp.
Ooh.
But yeah, it's just enough to cut down that that very sharp edge that gives it away as being not a real thing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's just a bit more on that side. Yeah, and you can go deeper than I am too, or shallower. It's all up to, it's an exercise for the user.
I'm using...
Okay, where's the next smart place to do this? Here, I think. Good. Evened out. Good. This is going to be a tough one. So what I've just had to do here is I noticed that this line is not perfectly lined up with this top here.
Oh.
And that's going to look not great if it's not properly beveled, so we're going to give it a bit more on that corner. And the reason I'm doing it against the top here is so that it's a flat chamfer. But that looks a lot better now, in my opinion.
I love this sanding symphony.
Welcome to the Sanding Symphony! The Symphony of Sand!
It's like, and then
That's us. Trying to see what kind of angle is best for this. Seems like doing like little circles. Because I tend to put more pressure on one angle, like towards the fingers. So you get kind of like that eraser usage pattern where it's like the corner is round.
Right. And that's what I like about the marker technique, excuse me, is that it allows you to see without having to guess whether or not you're straight. Rather than assuming you're straight, I guess. Oh boy. Boy, howdy did I heck that side up. Well, have to come back to that in a second here, but yeah, let's actually have a look here, Paul. See that?
I
That
see.
is uneven.
So that was putting, or not quite having it parallel to the.
To the floor, and also the wrong angle too. So you're gonna do the top to see if we can fix that up.
More sanding is always the solution.
Weirdly, yeah, it is actually. Okay, so I think we can fix this. We just need to make sure that we're properly angled. And which side do we want more on? Pressure on just on that side of it. Well, we've done something, but it probably is going to look okay in the end. It is not perfect at all. And we still have one more line to do, I think, too. So let's get that taken care of. Okay. It is not perfectly even, but it is in a state where I think I'm happy with it. Oh, wait, we're missing two more chamfers. That's right here on the top of our box. And you can see there, yeah, we've definitely bowed in that top of that box there, just based on how that chamfer is coming in. So maybe if we back it off a bit, that'll even it out a bit. A bit. It's unfortunate that, yeah, we did absolutely bend that top. But it's got enough of a chamfer, and we're going to add more detailing to that section too, so it'll be less of an issue. Let's do the... You pretty happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm pretty happy with my box as well too there. Alrighty, well. Lots of stuff that's going to need to happen once we get to the priming stage next here, which we are not going to be doing on this episode.
Yes.
I'm trying to think if we want to...
Glue them together.
Yes. Perfect boxes.
Perfect.
Stacked and ready
Stacked,
for the...
they go together so well.
They've been made
They're identical.
in the same factory.
The same. This is how cars used to be built.
Yep. This is how my car was built. Okay. Do we want to get into the scribing tonight?
Who's the scribe?
Oh, me. You know, I say yes, let's do that. So we're going to take a short break. Get up, swap your fluids, stretch your legs. Don't go all the way away. We'll be back with just a bit more Tinker Tailor in a few minutes. Don't go all the way away. Welcome back, all. It's still Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Fry, and Corey and I are still building our boxes. And Corey's been sanding all break
What?
to make something happen.
There was an edge.
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 Ed Sheeran.
So, at this point, we're done the gluing.
We're done!
We're absolutely done. We're done. We are not done. This is getting more solid by the minute. Have you squished your cube yet? Recently?
No.
Yeah.
I could glue it more.
You don't need to.
I could.
You could. You should probably sand it now at this point, but... yeah, we're going to move on to the next stage of this, which is the scribing. Something I've never done before in terms of working with plastic models. And yeah, so we got some fun little toys. We got some tape for scribing, which is a thin tape that is... Sorry, it's a thick tape that's thin in terms of its width.
This is thin.
Used as a guide to put together whatever it is that you want to be drawing in terms of scribing, by which I mean cutting plastic out of your model piece, which means you got to kind of plan for it first. So I'm going to take a couple seconds to draw a few things on my box here. I'm going to scrub through the YouTube video here too to steal ideas from him, because I have not spent enough time thinking about what sort of panels and whatnot go on these sorts of pieces.
So the idea with the tape is you have like two pieces of tape to make sort of a trough to hold your scribe in.
You generally go with the one piece of tape to
Guide.
just guide against
that.
it. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or if you were doing a square, which is I'm absolutely going to be doing, you put together a square and tape, and then you do
Cool.
the scribing that way. So I guess let me just scrub through a video here and see where he starts putting in some pictures. He's attached his thrust. Okay, there we go. Now it's time to draw pictures and decide what we're going to do here. So you figure a box down in the corner here.
Box on your box.
A little hatch for things to come out of, yeah.
Your refrigerator door.
This is sort of like the opposite of the like greeblies, which are attached on the to the outside, or to attach to it. This is sort of cutting into it to make little interesting.
Yeah.
This is the more extreme version of the panel lining that you were doing a while ago.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we want one up here, just for some asymmetry.
I like asymmetry.
So here's what's going to happen too, Paul, is that it's not necessarily the opposite of the panel lining. It's a step
greebling.
before the panel. Oh yeah, the greebling, yes. Because we're going to end up making the sort of troughs that you get when you panel line, that we will dip our panel lining into and make them look more deep.
And I would imagine that somebody who is super into customizing their gunpla might be unsatisfied with the panels that the gunpla came with, and actually start scribing their own stuff.
That is 100% a thing that happens very often. In fact, when you're dealing with your MGs and or not your MGs, but your high grade models, which are the lower cost, smaller models, they end up having a lot less detail to them. So people like to buy the cheap models and then customize them with their own panel lining and panel lines by scribing the panel lines in.
Yeah, it's actually kind of an interesting idea that like the lower quality model is actually what you want, because you want to have more freedom to sort of add your own detail as opposed to being sort of have the detail already molded onto it.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna go wash my hands.
Yeah, that's you have a lot of
What? I have a lot of what?
You have a lot of plastic on your hands. Okay, so we've got some, I'm going to start with some hexagonal lining on the back here as well. And then we'll just, the bottom of it, we'll add a cheeky little hatch to it. I'm just going to use my
We need a
ruler
door.
to-
Need a little hatch for the man who lives inside to come out. Do you have a particular place where this box is going to go? Do you have another model that you think this will fit in well with?
Not as of yet. I mean, I don't even know what the scale of this model or of this piece is, to be honest. But I mean, this would honestly look good next to really any of my my Gundam models once it gets properly, scribed and panel lined up, painted, deckled, etc.
Right, I guess this is also a good use of little extra bits, random extra little pieces on decal sheets.
Exactly. That's what this sort of thing is really good for. Okay, and so he's done a scribe job
Scribe job.
that kind of covers the top here. Ah, he didn't bevel his front. I did. Well, that's that's on me.
You could unbevel it.
Fuck you, unbevels your flat plate. No. Let's not deal with the front here. I have a feeling we're going to have enough trouble with what we've actually drawn out here already. This will be enough to get us into trouble. So let's open up our edging tape. Wait, is that hard edge tape? Damn it! I was hoping.
Hard edge. Damn. We were so close. How dare. How dare you deny us the edging tape.
One of my favorite things about modeling, let's be honest, is how many different types of tape you get to use. Hello. Come,
Hello.
please let me... Ah, there you are. Look, if you're going to put the little thing here that says pick up, don't make the actual edge of the tape back here.
What?
It's a trap.
It sure is.
It's to reveal who is the true master of the tape.
Tape master. Your tape is too strong.
Oh.
Well, I still get some free tape.
Free tape?
And you know what? I'm going to use the free tape if I've got it. Because why
You
not?
got it, flaunt it.
Oh,
So
man.
cut it. Oh, that is good thick tape.
So I guess it's almost like masking tape, I guess, in some ways.
In a lot of ways, it is. It's masking tape for a knife.
Knife tape.
But I am, as of yet, unskilled in its use.
That's on there.
Yep, that one's on there.
I guess there's no particular reason why it has to be transparent. It'd be handy if it was more visible, actually.
I would think so, yeah. Okay, let's use a cutting mat for what it's for. Cutting.
Matt?
No. Matt, run!
Leave him out of this. Oh, wow, that is hard tape.
Hard tape in the city.
It's gonna be hard tape.
Okay, and you know what? This is probably where using a set of tweezers makes a lot. Yo, hey! Dude, that's so much easier.
Oh, then thingies?
Yeah!
Oh.
Okay, and then we get another piece we can use from the freebie.
Freebie.
And just one more. Oh, and I handily have one more piece here on the table. So you can use other things to as scribing guides as well. In fact, they sell metal etched scribing plates for, honestly, for the sort of thing I'm doing right now. Sort of greebly doors that are pretty standard on these sorts of models. All right, well, I've got the tape in. Where is my thing? Now, what kind of does he use? 0.2 millimeters chisel for this part.
2 millimeter chisels. Millimeters.
Millimeter.
2 millimeters.
0.2 millimeters.
Oh, 0.2 millimeters.
0.2 millimeters.
Yeah, double M for lemlem.
Oh, good. Well, this this kit that I purchased
Yes.
doesn't label.
Oh. You might just need to use the ruler.
Yes, the ruler, which is in the smallest dimensions of millimeter,
Yeah.
for when I need to find the 0.2
For the
millimeters. You know what? I'm going to say this one looks like 0.2, because that one's probably 0.1, and then we probably have a 0.75. I'll have to get out the calipers when we get home, is what I'm saying.
Ooh, we barely ever use those.
But when I do, I'm happy that I have them. All right, open up the chisel. People use 4 mil chisels. Yow.
Yow.
All right. Let's get in there. Probably even get into the... Take off the glasses because my eyes don't work anymore. Get to the edge of the tape. And... Ooh.
Bleh.
Cut.
Oops. Wasn't paying attention.
Pull. Pull. Oh, I think I'm starting to get the hang of this.
Scrippy.
Maybe? I don't know. Probably should have started on just a piece of tape itself. Or rather a piece of plate that wasn't actually the model I was working on, but... That definitely is doing a ridge there, so... Hey, here we go. Ah, that lifted the tape. Everything's ruined.
No.
Probably.
So you gotta be careful, because this is also the process that you would go to if you wanted to snap a section of this, you know, scribing a line into it and then bending it is how you snapped it in the first
Yep.
place. So
Oh god, and that's... I'm also unclear as to how good these chisels are. I did get them from Amazon.
the tape does not seem to be holding down and guiding as well as it might.
No.
Maybe you need to go like slow.
Or maybe more passes? I don't know.
Yeah. Just iterate.
You know what? Let's try on a piece of plate that's not... Okay. So yeah, you can definitely, I can definitely feel the way that the plating, the chisel will just skate around if it doesn't have a place
a
to
guide?
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I am using the right technique, or at least trying.
Can I have the glue?
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
What you gonna do with the glue?
Glue triangles on a thing.
Ah, that's another sort of surface effect. A bas relief, if you will.
I have little leftover triangles.
Which I believe is the technical term for using a sheep for something.
And then I just use a very small. Right, you want to scrape towards the tape because the tape will stop you from going farther than you need to.
The tape is your mortal enemy.
Yeah, I think I need to do a little bit more in terms of my learning technique for this particular. Let's flip that piece over. Let's just do a line on it.
Just here on stream?
Yeah. Just figure out what it's like to do a line.
Well, here's the dust you need.
Corey.
Hello?
Okay, line goes on the tape, and let's do, you know what? Let's add another piece just to add a stop point for ourselves as well. Okay, stop there. And line it up to the edge and just drag down. Okay, that's just eating the tape right now.
Just like me.
Okay. You know what I was doing wrong?
Doubting yourself.
That too. Too much pressure.
Ah, so it is multiple.
Oh yeah, it's definitely multiple, but... Okay, let's take that tape off there and have a look. Okay, yep. Wow. Not sure if you can see that on... One sec. Where's that marker? There it is. Thank you.
Scribble these.
And then let's just do that. So it should be pretty obvious, actually, right there, the difference. This was my first attempt on this piece of plate, and this was me doing multiple very thin, very light strokes.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, when you went too deep, it's quite a rough.
Yeah, and in fact, let me see if I can put the tape back there and just give another sub-example.
Sub-example.
Let's put it up against the edge and just lightly pull down, pull down.
Is the when you do it like that, is the tape more effective in guiding?
Oh yeah, because I'm not digging into the tape. And oh yeah, this is just coming through clean.
Simple and clean.
Yep.
Alrighty.
And there you go. That's a much better scribe line. So let's take the tape off here and look at how badly we did it. So yeah, there's looking at this piece here. This is not the greatest job I've done in terms of a clean cut there.
Battle damage.
So what you're supposed to do, apparently, let's give it a quick roughing. Clean it out. And apparently what you can do is you can use
Gloop.
the gloop to, this won't fix this one, but you can use it to even out the lines. It smooths them out, again, like an anti-aliasing for your poor scribing technique.
My poor scribing technique.
Okay, so that's cool. One of the other ones I wanted to try out was just the line itself, and I want to know what size we use for that. 0.5, so 0.5 millimeter thick, and that's just for this little notch here. Let's give that a try. Where did my Allen key go? And also, which of these looks like they're about 0.5 millimeter thick? So we go with that's 1, 2. Where's my ruler here? Okay, so that is 1 millimeter. So I assume that the one next to it would be
The double.
either 0.75 or half. And if it's 0.75, then that means that I was using the 0.5 millimeter, which is too big anyway. Yeah, that's a 0.75. So that means that what I was using was the 0.5. Well, all right then.
So measuring it was good?
Well, yeah. In the end, it did result in me finding out what the right size was. Yeah. Turns out your chisel handle can be, oh god,
Full of bees.
big enough that you can just drop your chisel into it and lose it forever.
And ever.
Okay. So this appears to just be a pull and then pull. I think I see how this works now. Fascinating television, I know.
Doink.
Okay.
go. Flawless triangle. 0 flaws detected.
Ha.
Huh.
Perfect. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Of course, you cut to the angle where the flaws are.
It looks kind of just like a scar, but perfect prism.
Yes. Watch how it bends the light.
Okay. Oops.
Your box has a little hat.
Yes. Yes, it does. Thank you for noticing.
Huh.
Huh?
Well, this is going to require more practice on my part, but I'm not too unhappy with that. Say, let me just see if I can. Paul, do you have focus? No, you don't have focus control on this one because it's got the manual. So yeah, not exactly my best work, but
Is the intent? I see. It's like it's supposed to be a little hatch with like a little
yeah.
handle or something on the side there.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to try one more time with the other side of the box. Just making sure to know where to put it when it's time to look at it.
Mm-hmm. I was going to
Okay.
say I could.
So this is 0.5. Let's actually try it with a 0.2 this time.
You've moved the camera that was focusing on your workspace.
No, that was just the show-off space. That's my intent. Okay, so that's 0.5, then that next one down, again, must be 0.2. Let's take that out.
Right.
These chisels could also be 100% dog poop. I did pay $13 for them.
For dog poop, we can find that free on the streets.
We totally can. And in the parks.
And on your shoes.
Yeah, you bring it home whether you like it or not.
It's true. Are they? Do you know they're like sharp? The chisels.
I mean, they should be. They're brand new. And they're not something that I understand you're supposed to sharpen on your own as well. They're just one of those things that should stay sharp forever based on what you're cutting with them.
Mm-hmm. Shouldn't get dull
Yeah, because
on soft plastic.
it's extremely soft plastic.
Right. Good point. Yeah.
Okay, so we got another hatch here to try. Let's give this the real college go.
Not fake college like last time.
Yeah. Not the community college try. Community colleges are valid and a great place to learn things. Do
Thank
not
you.
discount them.
The Phoenix Online University or whatever it is.
I was thinking like Grant McEwen, back before they tried to become a university and did become a university. But
Oh, I like using the triangle to fill in the. That makes perfect sense. That's why there's a little notch there.
Yeah.
So it can fit on the head of the other one while the other one has a hat on.
Exactly.
okay,
May I borrow the marker?
you may.
Thank you.
Those are definitely parallel. Don't at me.
That is correct. Hollow the Wise Wolf, yes. Ian is following the EA Gunpla instructions. Ooh.
Did they suss it out based on not being here at the beginning?
I think Hollow's been here the whole time.
Probably.
all it takes is three little dots, two dots in a line. And now it's like, now we must protect this box. I love this box.
Look at its little arm.
Box arm. Okay, let's. You know what? Before I touch chisel to plastic, let's use our cheap one and let's see what the action is like on this. Let's get that marker there too, just so we know. Okay, how much force does it take to get through? Not a whole lot. In fact, the smaller the chisel, the easier the line, it seems, in my mind. Oh yeah, that's what you like to see.
Ooh.
Sharp.
So now to the box.
Mm-hmm.
Paul, do you want to repost the link in chat?
For the video? Sure.
Yeah, EA deserves a little bump or something. If you want to see someone do this with confidence and precision and success,
for a little bit when you were saying the name, I thought this creator's
Electronic
name,
Arts?
I thought this creator's name was Ian Gunpla. I was like, there's just an Ian Gunpla? Wow. There's a more Gunpla Ian than
this
the one we have?
The one in front of you at this very moment.
Best not be.
Yeah.
Only one Ian can be into Gunpla.
Those are the rules.
Well, don't make them.
Like, can you imagine if a different James Turner did streaming?
Or
YouTube content?
Or YouTube content? Or Pokemon?
Any other job?
It's true. It would be very weird.
Yeah.
I think.
Yes.
So I've definitely bowed without intending to, based on the edge of the tape, but
Oh, Arclight's got a good point. This is why they make you choose a stage name. You could be Cary Grant Gunpla.
ooh,
Nicolas Cage Gunpla.
Raul Julia Gunpla.
Is that a stage name?
I like the idea. It's like, oh, you have to choose a stage name so that people don't confuse you.
Another person.
I'll just choose. I'll just go through all of the other stage names I know. Oh, I have to do stage name. Okay, I'll be Nicolas Cage then. It's like, no, you don't understand how this system works.
Albert Einstein. All right, let's get the tape off and see how we did.
Ooh.
It's better than it could have been.
Would it be worth, like, smearing it with cement to melt stuff before removing the tape?
I worry about the tape then lifting off
What's
bits
the tape made of?
Yeah, good question.
Pla?
Next question.
Oh.
I mean, that would be interesting, using the tape as an actual, like, mask.
Okay, so that,
Kind of interesting.
honestly, that one, is,
This way.
yeah, second attempt, better than the first.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
my focus point there.
Yes.
Let's see the other side.
And the other side.
Okay. I mean, the other one is definitely a thicker line, of course, because it's
Yeah.
a heavier
The-
chisel.
Yeah, I think the line definitely matters. And again, we haven't done our anti-aliasing yet, but I can see where practicing is,
Make perfecting.
well, absolutely necessary.
And then, as you were saying, you would then go in and panel line this like you would a regular.
Yeah, exactly.
But that
Oh,
kind of just
man.
involves introducing ink to the trough.
So-
Right.
Yeah, adding the thin cement really actually helped that. I'm going to give it a couple seconds, and I'm going to give this side another buff. Should probably be using thinner sandpaper at this point, or finer grain sandpaper at this point.
You're at what, a 320?
320,
What would
yeah.
you use? Like,
600, 1200.
Yeah.
So it gets better as you sand it down once you've done the line. But let's see that other side there too, one more time.
Sand it with the finest
still goopy.
silks. Neat.
So that's better.
In some ways, like, I don't know, I feel like especially if you're doing like a square like that, like, I don't know if the tape is that, like, I almost feel like you could actually just put the metal
The
ruters,
T-square?
the
Yeah.
T-square on it. Might be a more effective thing if you're
That's-
doing a square.
So that's what when I was talking earlier about those metal etch templates were. You pop them
Right,
out, you
yeah,
hold them
okay.
down with blue tack onto your model, and then you just use that to guide your
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
scribing thing. Because the T-square. Let's see how well I can do that here. Well, I've got it out. Ooh, don't like the way that rubs against the side of the
Yeah.
ruler.
That's the problem.
But it does give a straight line. You can see the line I just did is just right here at the top, along the edge.
Yeah, because of course the tape does have a flex to it itself. So
Yeah, so it's really about personal hand control, knowing how the tool bites and how it works.
right, yeah, certainly a technique that one of those you'll make 1,000 boxes. By the end, you will know how to begin.
Thankfully, there's another exercise that this particular YouTuber has also done that I'd love to try,
All right.
which is simply scribing and painting a flat piece of
For
plate.
texture.
Well, to learn to better get your
Yeah.
your
But,
scribing
like,
tools.
it's kind of like the solder, the demo boards.
Yeah, the soldering
Technique
competition boards.
Yeah.
It's again just doing the thing to practice the method so that you can be better at doing it when it actually matters.
But I do agree that there's a lot of forgiveness with this.
Yeah, once you realize how much you can use the glue to push things together and then sand it down to a smooth area, it's scratch building's cool. I'm gonna be doing more of this. Not next week, obviously, but stay tuned for more of this in the future. I don't know. Do you think we should finish these up with the painting, or do you think we
Yes.
should? Okay.
Go through the whole process.
Go through the whole process from start to finish and finish it up? Okay. Well, in that case, we'll be back in the future with primed versions. Well, something will happen, and we will continue building our scratch build exercises. But for the moment, thanks so much everyone for watching Tinker Tailor Solder Fry this week. If you like what you see, check out loadingreadyrun.com for links to all the things that we do. Once again, check out patreon.com/loadingreadyrun if you'd like to help us out on the regular. There are other methods that you can assist us with monetarily, but patreon.com/loadingreadyrun is the one we like to mention the most. So once again, from Paul in tech, Corey, I'll go ahead. You know what? I messed that up completely. See you in a fortnight. Never in fortnight. Ever forward. Learning out of spite. Good night.